Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Libra. And of course, always a big welcome to those who felt like this constellation, particularly the new moon in Libra, has a message for them as well. I do the reading always on the day the moon is in your sign. So you will see that this influence is strong on the day where we really feel that the moon is now and the sun in your sign, right? And I'm not using all 22 major arcanas anymore to do the reading. I do 12. And so when I look into the moon, I see Libra. When I look into the sun, I see Libra. And Libra is justice or balance. For me, it's rather balance. And the balance that she holds in her hand is the sun and the moon. And today you have both of them respectively in your sign. And so that's when you can make a very powerful and strong decision. Decisions for the fact that you have Venus as a planet and you love beauty and you love justice and you love that things are orderly and precise. So for me, you're more precise also, right? And when we think about justice, who can we judge when we self are almost not able to really be in our own balance? The yoga position that I gave you is that holding yourself in front of your heart in your own balance. Nothing else than your heart and your decision from a higher perspective is changing that. Venus, the pink circle with the cross in front, behind her. And then, of course, the Libra symbol and the people down here and the two pillars of the moon cycle are guiding you. And, of course, a little bit the wheel of fortune behind it into the opening of the equinox. Everything there for you to understand the power of your card. You like conversations and you are cardinal. You begin the fall season. And so let's see what this very special moment is telling you. The last reading you had the sun in Virgo, and the message was experience the rise of consciousness into infinity. Right? You had the Ace of Swords, the Eagle, and you had here the Eight of Swords. Very strong, very clear that the rise of consciousness begins within and turns into the infinity when we trust it, when we follow it. So let's begin. On the position of the Fool are the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer, is saying begin to enjoy this new beginning, begin to enjoy the understanding that she has a sword, a balance, and a crown herself in the center. There's these three elements that she is using. And here is one cup that is fallen into the direction of the big cycle. Now the big cycle is from right to left, 25,800 years long, divided through 12 zodiac signs, gives an age. And the small cycle from left to right is the 365 days. It's that physical cycle, right? Big cycle is the soul cycle. And so this cup is falling into the big cycle. So allow your heart to follow here the Fool, because he really knows and sometimes doesn't know where he's going. Because then on the position of the Magician comes the Sacrifice, and the Sacrifice is the number 44. then you get into a portal, and you know with the 2 times 4 that you have all 4 elements here on the table. And the 2 times 4 is the creativity to follow your heart, creativity to really go this path, go forward and follow your heart. It's almost like, yes, then the sacrifice is not anymore just something that you have to give up. It's something that you want to give up. It's not a sacrifice anymore. And on the position of the High Priestess comes the Knight of Pentacles. Then you're able to see the Knight of Pentacles that is coming at you. And then you see that he is going the small cycle. That's a Virgo. And then you see that the Knight of Pentacles is able to see you when he comes from a spiritual place, right? If I put him here, he doesn't even know you exist. He doesn't even know that you're giving a sacrifice, that you are there. So here comes the Knight of Pentacles, letting you know, I see you when I'm in the spiritual realm. When I'm in the physical realm, I don't see you. And then, on the position of the Empress comes the Moon. And the Moon is born through the Sun. The Moon gets its light through the Sun and is born through the Empress on a day like today, where you have both the Sun and the Moon in your sign. So the Moon is speaking to you. The new Moon is speaking to you and saying, begin fresh, begin new, come out of the water, pass these 2 towers. The number 18 becomes then a 9, 1 the Magician, and 8 here the infinite symbol above the head of the Magician. So it's almost like magically you are then understanding something. You're understanding that everything just keeps spinning and turning and everything is coming back. And also the Moon, as you can see, is looking into the big cycle. So the big cycle it is, right at the beginning, to go forward on a spiritual path. And yes, you see here that the Knight of Pentacles is looking at you, but he is occupied on the physical plane. Unless he's really willing to make a spiritual move, he can meet you, he can be with you. And so then the Moon is saying, let's continue the path, because that's where you learn the most. On the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes this lady, and it's saying Morning Dew Girl, the number 13, which is a 4. So you getting again a 4. The sacrifice then comes with some tears, some shedding of letting go, because now it's a 4, 4, 4. 3 times 4 is to have the power to really follow your heart, to have the power to, no matter what, be yourself, because the 13 is also a little bit Scorpio. It's a death. It's a letting go of things that you cannot hold on to, right? Because we cannot hold on to the Wheel of Fortune. It's impossible. And now comes you, right? If I put you into the big cycle, you see this and you're like, okay, yeah, I realize that I have some stuff that I want to let go. If I put you into the small cycle, then you're already on the path of moving forward. And interesting enough, right, you both move forward, you both move into the small cycle. He is behind you because Virgo comes first and then comes Libra, right? And so if I put her here and him here, you see how he's behind her, and here he's behind her as well. So it doesn't matter where I place it, right, in the small cycle. So then you see that and you continue your path. You continue still to decide, I want to go forward, because that's how life turns forward. And now going into the big cycle, the Three of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn. So you have Mercury in Cancer, and Capricorn is opposite of Cancer, so you have a 3-3 portal. 2 times 3 is then water and earth, creating new things. And when you create new things, you are in the power of really allowing that this sadness doesn't overwhelm you, because when we work with others, we are occupied. We feel we can create things. We feel that we can be active in things. And I think that's what's coming at you, right? That's what's wanting to be lived. Go in the small cycle, the path of, yes, I want to create, I want to build. Yeah, this is the holy triangle that's pointing upwards. Then into the big cycle comes the sunshine, the sunstone with the number 53, and that is the hope. So you have the moon and the sun in your reading, right? You have the moon and the sun that's speaking to you. You have precisely both of them now in your sign, and you can find an inner equilibrium, an inner balance to go forward with the 53, which is then an 8. And here you are. And if I put you in the small cycle, then the work that you do is successful. If whatever you are doing now is gonna be successful, so just go and do it. Because the Hanged Man, which is the pre-stage of Scorpio, is this illumination that he is putting himself in, because he's ready to be changed, right? And you can see there is this light beaming out of this beautiful stone, right? The sunstone. And you need that, because I'm going to put it in the small cycle. The 5 of Cups is coming, which is Mars in Scorpio, and that's a sadness. Those are the tests that are coming into our lives. You have a 5 here, and so you've been tested. Are you able to hold this power of the sun? Are you able to hold the number 8, the infinity symbol that is above the head of the magician? Are you able to hold that energy? And sometimes tests come, tests that are making us sad, and that sadness is good, because sometimes crying is a liberation, is a freeing. That is what Scorpio is bringing to you, a liberation, a transformation, a change in energy. And so let that happen. And if I put it here, then we see as well that this as a test is, right, testing us to be, where are we in the understanding of disappointment of life, that life can be disappointing, life can be challenging, life is, like the Scorpio saying, the small cycle is where the difficulties are, the big cycle is where the soul is learning. Now we go again forward to the big cycle with the moon. On the position of the moon comes the 21, the first breath. If you let go of this, if you let this go, then you can continue forward into a new world, into a beginner's mind. And 21 is another 3. So you have a 3, 3, 3 portal. right? 3 times 3 is the power to know your emotions, the power to know that in this physical plane we are able to continue to grow, we are able to continue to do things that we're not able to do as a soul. And these emotions are important, and these emotions help us now to begin something new, begin with the moon that is in your sign, and with the sun that is in your sign, to have a fresh new breath. Through the breath, through the life-giving breath, the 27, which is then a 9, a fresh new beginning. It's almost saying, yeah, begin this new cycle in joy, because leave everything else behind you, but also see that, yes, you want to work, you want to have fun, you want to work with other people, you want to go and do what you are good at doing. And the breath and the moon is a 9-9 cycle, right? 2 times 9 is saying, yes, have that power, that liberation within you to see that you have the breath and you can move forward and you can move things. Because then comes on the position of the judgment, right? The awakening, the wake-up call comes capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. Again, a 30, then you have 4 times the 3, and you have the heart, you have the power, right? You have the strength to feel that your heart is involved in whatever it is you're doing. And you're looking at her and you're saying, yes, that's what I want. I want to go into that direction. I want to go with her. I want to be capable to do this, opening through the breath, because then on the position of the world comes the Ace of Cups, the love, the purest love there is, an opening, a true opening into that which you decided to let go here, the heart. Then you feel a true love, a higher love, a spiritual love that is just there for you. And then you're capable to deal with any challenges and circumstances that arise. Right? So then you are opening yourself up. You are seeing that the world looks over into the big cycle, but the physical body is in the small cycle. And then you're capable of seeing that the loop is continuing. You see that? The loop is continuing into that where the world is looking at the Fool, and she is opening up her heart. She's opening up and she's letting go of that which is most important, which is what you have in your heart, what you have understood in your heart. That's all that matters. Everything else does not matter. So this is really the position. These 2 cards are important because you can see how she's saying, yes, I am looking up to that cup that I let go. It's the heart into the big cycle. I am ready. I am here. And this is what the world then will feel about you, right? The people that meet you will feel that kind of energy with you. So go for it, right? Really go for it, because it's speaking all by itself, right? That this moment, this equilibrium that you have achieved is now giving you this as the world, as the end, is very beautiful. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because we still have to look then at the 5 of Cups, which is then when we look at the sun, the earth has turned and we see Scorpio behind it. So I hope I see you then. Until then, I wish you a beautiful meditation for your new moon. Thank you for being with me. Namaste.